15 seconds. So, Mr. Speaker, with that, I yield 2 minutes to a hardworking new member of this body, my friend from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, as I said, Mr. Meehan.
The gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's a great pleasure to be here as a congressman. But before I came here, I served as a prosecutor, both a federal prosecutor and a state prosecutor. And I have actually been probably one of the few people who has actually been involved in the investigations who have used the Patriot Act against the proclaimed imperial wizard of the KKK in plotting to take hand grenades to blow up an abortion clinic. It helped us to be able to resolve a case and see a just sentence. But what is happening today, by virtue of these provisions, is the ability for us not just to use what was important then in 2003, but to appreciate the changing nature of technology and the need for law enforcement to be able to keep in pace with that. This roving wiretap simply allows law enforcement to be able to track the individual rather than the phone. And you have to appreciate that law enforcement is operating in real time. I've heard many references as well to the idea of the sort of lack of due process. And because we're dealing with the issue of, a potential terrorist, we're looking at it differently from the context of the probable cause context, but we are going before the FISA court. Mr. Rogers explained specifically about the need to take the same information of probable cause before a court, and even if that phone is changed after the fact, we've got to report back to the judge about what has been done with that phone. The protections have been built in with what Congress did. I was in the Justice Department when we came before you, and you fixed these provisions significantly. And lastly, I now chair a subcommittee on Homeland Security, the issue of terrorism, and the lone wolf provision. It was Janet Napolitano who talked about the changing nature of the threat, and this being one of the most serious times since 9/11. Ladies, Mr. Speaker, we must stand together and support those that are on the front line with these common sense changes that have already been put into the bill. We are not going over new territory here. What we are doing is allowing those on the front line to use the tools before them to keep America safe. I urge support for this provision. Thank you.
The gentleman's time has expired. The chair recognizes